Well, 4 years after the bill was passed, the Citizenship Amendment Act has finally been implemented. It will now fast-track the citizenship for the undocumented non-Muslim migrants from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan who came to India before the 31st of December in 2014. With this, celebrations immediately broke out across the country. West Bengal's Mathua community celebrated the implementation of the citizenship law, claiming that it is their second Independence Day. But simultaneously, there have also been many who are up in arms against CAA implementation. And we have some breaking news related to the same coming in as protests continue to come in. The CAA row is likely to reach the Supreme Court now. Today, the Indian Union Muslim League will file a plea in the Supreme Court, and Times Now has accessed IUML's arguments. The IUML is seeking a stay on the implementation of the Citizenship Amendment. In fact, it has called it discriminatory, saying that it discriminates against Muslims.
Presenting IUML with regard to this CA notification, I wish to make it clear that we will oppose it. We have challenged the validity of the Act, and that court case is pending before the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has already sent communication to state government also in this regard.
Legal editor Harish Nair joining us on the broadcast with the details of what's expected today in the Supreme Court. Harish, this is going to be a big day. There have been protests as well after the notification of the CAA. IUML has now approached the top court and we've accessed the arguments. What is the petition that has been filed with the top court?
Yes, good morning, Pratibha. As you rightly said, hours after the centre has notified the rules as far as the CAA is concerned to fast track the citizenship being proposed to be given to the non-Muslim migrants from Pakistan, Afghanistan, and also, in fact, this matter is all set to reach the Supreme Court with the Indian Union Muslim League planning to file an interlocutory application in the pending matter. Remember, Pratibha, when the CAA was passed in 2019, IUML was the first party to approach the Supreme Court, and today, in fact, in the interlocutory application, according to sources in the IUML legal team, they will say that when the IUML and all the petitioners who had challenged the constitutional validity of CAA had pressed for a stay from the Supreme Court, the government, in fact, the Attorney General had then said that since rules have not been framed, rules have not been notified, there is no need of a stay as of now. But IUML says in the petition that now that the rules have been framed, rules have been notified, there should be a stay in the implementation until Supreme Court decides the petitions pronounces the judgment on the petitions which have challenged the constitutional validity of CAA. It should not be implemented. This is going to be the primary argument. And apart from that, the Indian Union Muslim League calls this CAA as illegal, arbitrary, discriminatory as far as it singles out Muslims regarding grant of citizenship and only grants citizenship to Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Christians, Jains and Parsis. They will also argue that any classification based on religious identity is against India's democratic principles, a violation of right to equality and also violation of secular principles. And in fact, you should remember, Pratibha, yesterday talking to Times Now, the IUML MP from Ponnani, that is KT Mohammad Bashir, had also strongly hinted that the Indian Union Muslim League will be approaching the Supreme Court against the newly notified CAA rules, and most likely it will be Advocate Kapil Sibal who will lead charge for the IUML. Okay. Most likely this interlocutory application will be filed in the Supreme Court today, and according to my sources, Kapil Sibal will be trying to mention it before the Chief Justice bench at 10:30, seeking an early listing of the matter.
Okay, all right. So calling it discriminatory against Muslims and also questioning the constitutional validity of it, it could come up at 10:30 a.m. when it could be mentioned in the Supreme Court. Harish, stay on with us. More updates also